the Smell Me Helmet Podcast.
What's the crack, lads and ladies? It's episode 13 of the Smell Me Helmet podcast with your hosts Darren and Danny, aka the Wrestling Guru. Namaste. I'd like to give a big shout out to our biggest fan for helping boost our views on episode 12, and for that we thank you so much. Thank you so much so that the views went up 60% higher than the last episode before that, episode 11. So the way I look at it is, whether you like us or lump us, you're still listening. And if you're listening, you're a fan.
Even though you probably don't want to admit you're a fan.
You're a fan.
But you're a fan.
You're a fan. Just put that out there.
Just be honest with yourself. Stop that. Just you love us.
Tell the truth.
You have a man crush on Danny.
Man, listen, the way I look at it is, right, I've nothing against the gays, right, but there's a difference between being gay and being an actual absolute sexual predator.
Yeah.
Right, and let's face it, it is what it is. The proof's in the pudding.
There's a smell of Arbor Hill, right?
The proof's in the pudding, literally. But anyway, we're going to move on to our first topic. It's a YouTube video from a YouTube page called Dark 5. And it's called 5 Creepy Secret Military Experiments That Were Recorded. Seems that we're on the subject of creeps and all. You know what I mean? I'll just read out a little synopsis on the description of the video itself, and also link in the description as always. In the early 1940s, most European territories were either neutral or under Germany's control. Meanwhile, the British were terrified of a seemingly impending invasion. British officials came up with hundreds of ideas to save their nation in case of an attack. One of them was a secret program codenamed Operation Vegetarian. And not to be confused with absolute gobshite vegans. Not that there's nothing wrong with being a vegan, but I do have a problem with people trying to tell people about it every few fucking seconds that you're a vegan. Fucking clowns. I'd
love to know how they travel to work. Because if you get the bus, you're being a hypocrite.
Yeah, exactly. I'd say most of them probably go by horse and cart now. I'm a woody on the trail.
With the electric bikes out nowadays, they seem to be going around by themselves. So
yeah, but I mean, look how, you know what I mean.
Going to do a dropsy, yeah.
Going to do a dropsy and all. But come here, listen. I'll finish reading out this synopsis joke. Had the secret program ever been implemented? That's the one, the Operation Vegetarian. Millions of German citizens would have lost their lives. To this day, several thousand square miles of European soil might still be unoccupied. Jesus, yeah, Darren, yeah, very bad. That's what I'm saying. I had to look at this video the other night. In 1942, Prime Minister Winston Churchill gave a task to Dr. Paul Fields, the biology of department director at the secret military research facility of Porton Down. The expert was asked to find a new chemical innovation to hinder the booming German war industry's progress. So that could have had a catastrophic effect on not just in Germany but Europe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For, like now, like it would have still affected us now, not us, but because we're not part of mainland Europe. But you know, anyone that would have been, you know, the neighbouring countries, Poland, you know, Austria, etc. You know. Yeah.
That's.
I don't stump you very often, Darren, but
No.
but when you do, it means something. If you think about it, like, you know.
If you look at it even now what's going on with England and stuff, leaving the EU and look there
Brexit and all that, yeah.
They're
yeah.
actually running out of supplies. Well, I seen something. I didn't actually click into it, but some of
Yeah,
those
yeah.
supplies are running low, and I think
In England.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I seen that there, yeah, about food or something. There's
Yeah.
a shortage of food. Like, Jesus,
That's not good.
that's
I think,
Yeah.
and I think the whole I know the whole the travel ban from UK. A lot of countries are doing the travel ban
yeah.
because of the new strain of coronavirus.
I think now the whole bleeding strain of corona, like whatever. I was saying originally it was 48 hours, but it's after been extended, isn't it? I think till I'm nearly sure. Again, you know, I'm sure somebody will correct me on this because, you know, an awful lot of people like to talk smack on YouTube, you know. But unfortunately for you, YouTube doesn't like that type of talk, and that's why they got rid of your post. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah,
they're just mirroring themselves though.
exactly. Listen, he looked in the mirror when he wrote that.
Yeah.
Reflection and all that. You know what I mean?
Say you got free.
Ugly cunt. But what was it? Yeah, about that strain.
But actually, don't be hiding behind your little fake profile. Be a man.
Yeah, but listen, any fucking idiot can hide behind the fake
No, I
profile.
know that, but it just shows you
Yeah,
what
it's
we're
what-
dealing with. Like,
Exactly,
you know?
yeah.
And I really appreciate you giving us a view anyway. At least you took the time to comment and
Listen, you gave us a good couple of views.
living in your head rent free and all that.
Oh God.
But
Terrible.
back to the UK, I actually think it's a bit of my cock's bigger than yours is going on at the minute, like with the UK and even with Ireland. Like we obviously have the European backing,
But that's what it is. You see, we're still in the EU, so
and it's just that if they do run out supplies, who is gonna support them?
that's the thing. Because like the whole there's been no trade deal.
No,
They never get the. That's why this is happening. There's no trade deal.
and I'm sure they'll figure something out. Like
Well, hopefully they do, because I have a lot of friends over in England as well. You know what I mean? So hopefully they get something sorted out.
Look,
Soonish.
and then you're seeing everyone trying to leave London, and the minute the lockdown, the new rules were introduced, everyone was trying to get. Look, the traffic was back to back on. I think it was like the equivalent to the M50.
I think when I'm talking about when they introduced the travel ban, the airports were flooded with people, like Irish living in England,
Yeah.
to get back home for Christmas.
I don't blame them.
Do you know what I mean?
But there you go. They're at the getting. So it doesn't really matter. You can do a travel ban, but they're at the getting in. They could be carrying that virus.
Exactly.
So it doesn't really matter.
No.
So, I like so it's only a matter of time before it does get here.
Yeah.
And instead of being, I seen a link on YouTube. It was found in Denmark, Gibraltar. I'm not saying that arsewise.
Oh, sorry, the like the Rock of Gibraltar.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. That's the
And
kind of it's kind of Spain, Morocco, is it? Or what?
Yeah,
Around there.
somewhere over
It's around there. It's around there neighbourhood.
And
Anyway.
some other, where was the other one? I can't remember the name of it, but yeah. So like, it's only a matter of time before it gets here, and it's meant to be the strain of the new coronavirus is meant to be killing the old strain.
Yeah, that's where. That's
But,
where
like,
it's a new and improved
There was
strain
a doctor saying he's never seen anything
like this
like
before.
this before.
And these are the experts.
So it's a bit. I don't know.
Well, speaking of strains of COVID or whatever, this is coming in from the Daily Mail online. It's will we ever learn the truth about China and the pandemic? Two inquiries are cloaked, and this is in air quotes, cloaked in secrecy. WHO lets Beijing vet investigators and appoints British scientists with links to Wuhan, writes IAN BIRRELL. That's obviously by Ian Birrell. Wherever Ian Birrell is. Big shout out to Ian Birrell. If you're out there, buddy old pal or friend.
Mates
and all, yeah. Explosive emails from a group of top level scientists and government doctors in the United States reveal one suggested COVID-19 could have originated from human activities rather than arising naturally from animals, as originally patonal.
I wonder that someone in the Wuhan.
What did we
Centre.
say before?
Yeah.
We've said this on numerous episodes before, Darren, that, lab. Like
I wonder did someone in the lab carry it? Like, did someone, maybe
Could-
there was a hole in their suit, or, it
Could be.
something as easy as that, and then.
Easy peasy.
But like, I was saying, sure, China got it worse. I mean, we're never gonna know what happened in China.
No, they're all cloak and dagger secret.
Yeah, like, because the US is their rivals, and but as I said before, and I'm sure I said it on the podcast about that book, that the old Chinese general, he was a general in the army. I can't remember his name.
Sun Tzu, The Art of War. You don't know Sun Tzu, The Art of War?
I think so. Yeah.
There's a book called Basically, Types loves that book, by the way.
He in the book, he wrote like that. The only way China will ever defeat America is in a biological war.
And what's this?
This is what's going on. Like
Biological war.
like pretty much, the US will be at China's feet now.
Yeah.
Because of everything that's going on.
Because, the way things are going on in the US at the moment, it's just...
But look at how well Australia is at the coping with.
Because they
shut down
strict.
they shut down the borders, closed down the airports, closed down everything.
Closed
And
down
now
everything.
they're they were virus free. Don't know if they are now, but hopefully they are. Hopefully that'll be us soon. And with this vaccine, it might work. Now with this, I'd let the guinea pigs get it done first.
Now the thing is though, I'm sorry for cutting off you there, Darren, but the thing is though about the vaccine, and I've seen these so-called quote unquote experts on fucking Facebook talking about the vaccine this and, but yet these are the same people who go get bags of coke at the weekend and sniff their brains out. But of course, they're experts and they know exactly what goes into their bags of coke there. Okay, yeah, you just be quiet there. You haven't a clue what you're talking about. Go on.
Columbia marching powder.
You know what I mean? Now, come on, like, fucking seriously. Or on the other side, of that as well, boards, lip fillers, and all. You know what I mean?
You're not meant to be putting foreign shit into your body anyway.
Exactly.
Like, them lip fillers, they're not good.
It's not, and plus it's not a good look. I don't want to kiss a baboon's arse. You know what I mean? Let's face it. That's what it looks like. Well, come here, I'll read a bit more about this article. Another asked if it might have been deliberately engineered. The documents also show that a key letter sent early in the pandemic from America's top scientists to the White House had a line deleted that suggested the virus could have been an unintentional release from a laboratory. What did you just say?
Yeah.
This is an air quote, so that's a quote from whoever sent that. An unintentional release from a laboratory. And you just said that before I read this out.
I do think that's what happened. Like, but
yeah.
At the same time, there's not a lot of evidence to prove that you can conspiracy.
It's just hearsay and stuff like that. But the document, hold on. Yeah, these revelations come as evidence of China's cover-up grows, alongside fears the World Health Organization, widely criticised for its failure to challenge Beijing at the start of the pandemic, is letting the regime dictate its inquiry into the origins. The WHO has allowed China to vet scientists taking part in the probe, while also appointing to its 10-strong team the British charity chief Peter Daszak, whose funding for research on bat viruses in a high-security Wuhan laboratory was stopped on safety grounds. Now, come here, listen. I beg the question. Research on bat viruses.
Well, you see, because they have the wet markets over there as well. Look, I think it was 1968 or 1978. It was one of them. Right. That's when the government realised, we can make money off this.
Oh, the wild animal farming.
Yeah.
They
started to tax them.
1978 it was.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, because I remember we talked about it before. Yeah.
So like, there you go. They're making money. They're making a shitload of money, I'd say, because of what they eat, and you can't knock them for eating that, because it's what they're used. It's like the way we eat meat and other people eat plant based. It's what they like and what they're used to. But at the same time, there comes a time where you don't be putting things in your mouth that's alive and all. That's like, cannibalism.
That's
disgusting.
Like I wouldn't say cannibalism, because that's eating, like, say me eating you or whatever, like, that's cannibalism, but
it's in the same category.
But what I'm saying is, what they're doing, it's real inhumane. It's like, yeah, listen, if you're gonna eat an animal, kill it first.
Yeah.
Kill it first.
Wiggling around your mouth and all.
So you made sure there's a line of Bloodsport. Your man's fucking, one of the fellas that's chasing Van Damme and all. Now the two CIA fellas, right? Your man's like, he's eating in the restaurant. He goes, what's your order? I said, I don't know. I think somebody forgot to kill it first.
Oh jeez.
And this is in Bloodsport. That was back in what, mid to late 80s, wherever it was. And there's a saying. Do you remember when he was after getting information on fucking Van Damme, wherever Van Damme was, and he throws the bit of meat at the dog. The dog sniffs it and goes, no,
not having that. I mean, a dog doesn't eat it.
But that's what I'm saying. He goes, have some of you.
Yeah.
That's why Forrest with the guy. No, man, drew behind him and all.
But when the dog refuses meat, you have a problem.
Because that's cannibalism.
Yeah.
That's cannibalism. You know what I mean? But like, back to that story. Like they eat mad stuff.
Look, I seen a video when the original lockdown, there was a video going around of these. I think they were Chinese, or they looked a bit Mongolian or.
Probably northern China, Mongolian. Yeah.
But your man was thinking it was deadly and all, eating mice, live mice.
I was saying,
Picking them up with chopsticks and dipping them into some
and
sauce.
they're still alive now.
And eating them like it's normal.
That's
I'm
sorry.
Sitting there at a table. It's disgusting.
It's yeah. I mean, you can say different customs and stuff like that, but I mean, yeah, no.
And then
sorry.
that bat soup and stuff.
Just no.
Like
Why?
Like bats are horrible. Like they're like
bats and all
carry terrible diseases.
Yeah. So what do you think? Like you know the whole story of Ozzy Osbourne with the biting the bat's head off.
Yeah, he thought that was a fake bat.
He thought that was a rubber bat that somebody threw on stage, but it was only after he did it. He had to be rushed to the hospital to get a tetanus shot, like a needle. Like, you know what I mean?
Because he bit the
bat's head off.
That's fucking.
Because rabies and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So what the fuck he's doing, lads? Stop that.
It's being sold. It's being sold in the wet market. Same with like I think they have cats and all in cages and
cats and dogs. I know they have this festival. It's disgusting. I remember somebody posted a picture on Facebook. Not a picture, sorry, a video. And basically have dogs in cages and the dogs is still in the cages like over fires and all.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Sorry, no.
But, like,
you don't kill a fucking dog.
But that's what they do. And there's also another video going around of, I think it was actually somewhere in England, a Chinese, it was a takeaway Chinese shop.
Right.
And there was the man whoever was delivering Chinese lad, he was bringing in dead dogs and stuff.
Oh no.
Like that's disgusting.
That's vile.
And you don't know what you're eating when you get a Chinese.
No.
Like it's like,
that's chicken.
Chicken curry there. That's not chicken. That's dog curry.
Chicken chow wolf.
Yeah. It's not.
No, sorry.
It's disgusting.
There was always. Now this is going. Well, no, it's not even fucking. It's not even being racist. It's a fact. It's not even being racist. It's not like we're going turn around and saying slanty eye or anything like that. You know what I mean?
No,
we're not even saying that. It's just we're just stating a fact we all hear. Because there's one thing when I hear we're not racist. We're just stating facts here, so it is what it is. But there was always that joke, right, of you never seen a dog or a cat walk by a Chinese restaurant.
It's because you don't get past it.
Because you don't get past it, exactly. But go on, sorry, what were you saying there?
Yeah, but like we're not being racist.
No.
Would we call them racist because we eat cows and if they complained about us eating cows? Look, if cows were if cows caused a global pandemic, how would they feel? We'd be targeted too.
Oh, we'd be targeted too, yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. We're not being racist. We're stating facts.
No. There's one thing I don't agree with at all. Now I have to say, there's Chinese people who would have been born, say, over here or over in England, because you hear stories about that, and obviously in America as well, but especially in England, Chinese or Asians being attacked because of this. That's wrong also.
That's crazy.
That's crazy because people are fucking tail boxes, like, you know what I mean.
You can't do that. You can't. That's being racist. You can't.
That is being racist. They're trying to use that as an excuse. Oh, it's all their fault. It goes, how is it their fault? Not their fault.
They're not in China. They're in England or Ireland or whatever.
Their parents or probably their grandparents emigrated over here. How many years ago? Like, you know what I mean?
And I doubt they eat mice unless they're going to be trying to catch them.
Well,
over here, like,
exactly. Yeah, but of course not. I mean, they would have been born and reared over here, so they would have obviously got used to our customs. You know what I mean? I think that's just because you were saying before they don't tax you. The only housing housing tax or something, isn't it?
It's they don't tax their citizens. It's just it wouldn't be like here where you're taxed on fucking everything. Over there.
Arse rate and tax.
Yeah, over there I think it's only the housing that they have taxes on, but like they rake in a shitload of money. Look, I think it's in the billions. Like, you know, it's so I'd say it's expensive to own your own house. But I think the majority of them are actually, because I was reading this thing, a majority of them are rented out.
Right.
So Ireland is one of the only European countries that actually people want to go and buy their house. Most European countries are giving houses like social housing.
It's a right. It's a human right. Like,
well, of course, over here they seem to think it's a priority to have a house.
Yeah.
But really, it's a human right. Do you know what? Actually, while we're on the homeless,
go for it. Yeah. We might as well. Yeah.
I seen this article, and there was a blind woman.
Right.
Homeless.
A blind one over here in
with a guide dog, homeless.
Jesus Christ.
Homeless for the last decade. It's appalling. It really is.
It's vile and disgusting.
And it's not going to change unless these this government decide to make a change, and they won't, because most of them are TDs. Oh,
They are TDs,
yeah.
but the
Most of them
landlords,
are
the
landlords, not
and stuff.
TDs.
Yeah.
Like the majority of TDs are landlords.
Yeah,
and that's why there's not a rent cap, and they claim there's an eviction.
Me fucking howl.
What's that? The eviction.
Oh, there was a halt on the eviction, whatever the thing is. Yeah,
that's,
because of the pandemic or something.
Yeah, that's not true. You're seeing so many people being thrown out of houses, and.
Sure, we spoke about it on past episodes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. I was up by Wellington Street, a flat up in Wellington Street, a fella and his 2 kids. Now, he was a Romanian immigrant, not to be confused with Roma gypsies, by the way.
Yeah.
But an actual, proper.
But you know,
Romanian.
Romanians, they, not Romanian gypsies.
Yeah,
Romanians actually hate Romanian gypsies.
I know, yeah.
Because I went to school with a Romanian, he wasn't a gypsy though, but he, we used to rip the piss out of him and stuff. And he used to actually go mad. And
of course you would.
I'm not like them.
Now, don't get me wrong. Then this is, see, it's terrible you have to play and say this, but I'm not. That'd be like someone turning around saying to us, "Oh, you're a traveller," you know what I mean?
Yeah, nothing wrong with being a traveller either.
Nothing wrong with that. But if you want to put it into context, like that Romanian fella, he's settled, so he's a settled Romanian, you know what I mean? Where the Roma gypsies are, they're nomads, they're Romanian travellers, basically. Same thing, and then, gypsies.
See the way they do be begging over here.
Yeah. That's a scam. It's a scam. Oh, it's a big syndicate.
People are sent out, they're sent over to make a. I wouldn't even say they get anything out of it. I'd say that money goes straight to whoever.
Oh yeah,
they're begging for.
Come here, listen. That's and they purposely, how can I explain this? It's like they injure themselves on purpose. So they look like, oh, pity me, I'm hobbling around on one leg. I seen a fella with no leg one time. Or out by Clare Hall. My sister nearly crashed her car. Because your man had a stump of his leg up on his crutch and all. No. It was weird looking. It was weird. But and his ankle, the other foot, his ankle was the other way around. Like his foot, not his ankle, his foot. Like it goes backwards.
Crazy legs, I know.
It was mad looking.
That is mad looking.
It was. Come here, listen. I seen it with my eyes down.
What's that? Don't be a menace. Crazy. There's a little
crazy legs.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of.
Crazy legs. Yeah. Crazy.
It just came out, one of those. And oh my God. Shouldn't have said that. It is what it is.
It is what it is. But yeah.
Do you know what, we're sitting here slagging him. He probably has about 5 or 6 medals.
Probably
for being in the army, blown up.
Probably got his leg blown up.
Fucking backwards legging him.
No, he was because I knew his face from when I used to do security in Down.
Yeah, so he's probably
100% Down.
Probably injecting into his leg or something.
No, but no, he wasn't an addict.
No,
not an addict. He was a Roma gypsy.
Oh, right.
Roma gypsy, you know what I mean? You get to know the different faces and stuff, and they all pretend they can't speak English.
They all sell the big issue.
But they all said it. They don't actually sell. They used to sell.
Yeah, well, they used to. Yeah.
I remember actually. There used to be. This is years ago. We're talking late 90s here. There used to be a big issue office on Amy Street, and I'm not messing. It was a Beamer, parked outside, right, and a fella coming out. Oh, Ramos a stack of the magazines, putting them in the back of their Beamer.
That's nuts.
That was about 99, 2000.
The back of
yeah. Can't believe it.
Half of them have more money than us.
But that's what I'm saying.
And do you know there's holes in the Irish system, and they're playing it like a fiddle.
And it all boils back to the government.
Yeah.
And how incompetent that they are.
I think Sinn Féin or something must know more. I think they know there's going to be an election soon, because you see that pushing for everyone to.
Oh, no, I seen that there. Yeah, we had to register by the 25th of November or something. I think it was.
I wonder what the story is there.
I'd say there's going to be another election again. Hopefully in February again.
Well, people voted for what they wanted and they didn't get what they wanted.
I voted for change. I know you voted for change.
Yeah, but
we didn't get it.
We'll be getting it though, because because Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, they
failed. They did.
Yeah, but they don't want Sinn Féin in charge. They never did.
They don't.
And
of course not.
I do believe it's to do with, you can't even blame Jerry Adams because he's not even there anymore. Yeah, he might be in the background, but he's not a TD.
No, well, he's not. He was the president, but now it's Mary Lou.
Yeah, so what's the big deal? What has Mary Lou done? She actually started out with Fianna Fáil.
Did she?
She did, yeah.
I never knew that. I was never aware of that.
Then she went to Sinn Féin.
Did she ever say why she went to Sinn Féin?
I'm sure if you looked, you might see something.
Yeah,
I didn't delve that much into it.
Because I was today years old when I found that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Today years old.
There you go. So if
Every day's a skill day.
Fianna Fáil have a short memory, don't they?
Yeah. Jesus.
I think, was it Fine Gael or Fianna Fáil? I'm sure.
I don't know. This is
I'm
I
sure it was
never heard of
Fianna
this
Fáil.
before now. So
I think she started off with them, and then she went to Sinn Féin.
she turned.
Well,
Not turned. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
But see,
Torn coal.
you don't know what type went on there. Look, there's a lot of bullying in politics as
There
well.
is,
so-
as we know from personal experience.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we're not gonna get into it here, but it's from personal experience from somebody who's near and dear to us. But I'll just do you want to keep on that? Or we move on.
Move on.
Yeah. This is a link from the Irish Times. It's this was from Wednesday, the 16th of December. People caught with cannabis may now avoid criminal charge. Possession for personal use among 4 charges added to quote-unquote adult caution system. People caught with cannabis for personal use can now be dealt with under the adult caution system, meaning they would not be prosecuted and would not have a criminal record. However, those caught with larger consignments of cannabis can still be prosecuted, as can people caught repeatedly with cannabis for personal use. So basically, if it's just for you and you get caught more than once,
What is the level of personal use though?
yeah, I think it's obviously over a certain.
Yeah,
weight,
that's what
like,
I
you know
mean. But see, the police.
I think that's a grey area at the moment.
The
I think,
Garda
yeah.
actually measure their grams is more. Like they value, like, say, street grams.
Right.
So say 25 bag is like the equivalent of a 50 bag in their eyes. Do you know?
Oh,
It's something like that. It's
So it's designed to favour the police over us.
yeah.
So like you're screwed either way.
Just legalise it.
But the thing is though, I was talking to someone about this the other day, and I think there is moves to get it medically legalised. But I think if you get it medically legalised, then that'll be the first step, because then people will see that, you know, there is uses for more than just, you know, people getting stoned off their face or whatever, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but they made it sound like you're gonna grow an extra arm if you smoke it, like years ago. Like that's
the reefer madness thing we talked about before,
Or
yeah.
you'll kill your brother.
Or, you know,
I seen this thing. Like, it was an ad.
gonna be all rapey and all.
Yeah, like
You know what I mean? Stop that.
creepy, man, cream.
Yeah, like some people we know, like.
Yeah, fucking Simon Harris and all. No, look, just legalise it. What's the harm?
Don't
Tax it.
criticize it.
Look, legalise every drug. Legalise them all.
See, I believe if they got rid of that criminal element, with well, especially the weed as well, you know, it would stop a lot of the young lads, especially around here. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to other drugs, it would get rid of that criminal element. Do you know what I mean?
But if they legalise it, then there goes your drug dealers. There goes.
But that's what I'm saying. They get rid of that criminal element.
The rate of crime might drop.
Yeah.
But then again, would it?
I don't. Yeah. That's debatable.
Mm.
That's debatable. That is. That's the thing. I mean, that's. I'd like to do a bit more homework on that before I start talking about it, to be honest with you. But I'll read a bit more about this.
I do think they should legalise cannabis. What? Like, look at the US. They're after down, you know, and everything seems alright. Fucking Amsterdam.
Yeah, well, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but that was like the story with Vera told me, and it was a little girl. Remember, I thought it was a little boy. Little girl it was.
Oh, that couldn't get the
cannabis. But now they can though, because it's. I remember it was again the same person I was talking to. They were saying they can be sent over from, like, it's not dispensed here. Like, there isn't a dispensary here like, say, there would be in, say, California or Colorado in the States or whatever, you know. But it's sent over from Amsterdam to Ireland. Yeah,
do you know what I'd love to do?
Yeah.
I'd love to, if they ever legalise it, I'd love to set up weed vending machines.
Weed vending machines. Listen,
look, it's easy. It's not, you buy a vending machine. You put whatever, like, I mean, like, pre-rolled and.
You have your 5 pre-rollers or something, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be, like, you know, imagine the money you'd make off it.
Small little baggies.
Yeah,
you get cunts trying to grab the machine and
you
shake
get
and all.
some junkie trying to fucking put that on me back there, will you? That's what happened though. You would. And that's life. Sure, I'm sure they try and rob bottles of coke out of the other one as well.
Yeah, and well, they'll know about when the machine falls on top of them.
Yeah.
But I'll read a bit more about that. Yeah, I was just saying that anyone caught with basically larger consignments will be prosecuted. But possession of cannabis for personal use is one of 4 new offences added to the adult. Added to the adult caution scheme, which aims to deal with offenders more informally and so free up Garda and court time. Because I mean, it's absolutely it is. It's fuck. There's people being murdered.
But
You know what I mean?
think about it. The people who are caught with the likes of weed, hash,
Yeah.
like they're going to prison for that.
Yeah.
They're not cut out for like that. They'll more than likely they'll reoffend.
Well, they reoffend because they smoke.
Yeah, but if they just like leave it be.
Yeah.
Don't look why. And if you notice on the Irish roads, most of the people, like the drivers that are tested,
Yeah.
test positive for fucking cannabis or cocaine.
Yeah.
So why not just legalise the cannabis?
Yeah, but legalise the cannabis. Yeah, the
But
cocaine.
cocaine's a different set.
Come here. In my eyes, cocaine's an actual drug.
Yeah.
Because it's chemically made in a lab, like, you know what I mean? The same with ecstasy and meth and crack and whatever, heroin.
Cocaine's a hard drug.
Cocaine's a hard drug, where I wouldn't count weed or cannabis in marijuana, cannabis, wherever you want to call it, as a drug.
Sure.
Because I'm sorry, but if you're calling that a drug, you're calling God a liar.
Yeah.
You're calling God a liar.
Yeah.
Because I feel that this was put here on this earth to help further our evolution as a race.
I think so. Like, I personally, I have no problem with.
I never did.
They say if you smoke cannabis from the age of 21, it has less of effect of the psychoactive part of it.
Yeah.
It has like a less of an effect from 21 and up.
Yeah.
But if you start when you're younger, you're prone to depression. But if you start drink when you're young, you're gonna get depressed.
Same thing.
And
it should be regulated like alcohol. Yeah. 100%.
Drink is actually killing more people.
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
Jesus.
And ruining more families.
I'll put it this way, right? I used to work as a bouncer in town, retail security guard, and doorman on pubs and clubs, right? I'll put it this way: the majority of the time was spent dealing with people pissed off their head, coked out their head. You know what I mean? Just being super aggressive and blah blah blah. If you just gave them all weed, do you know what the worst thing that they'll do? They might fall asleep.
Yeah.
They might fall asleep.
Or get the greenies and get sick.
But you know what? They only get that after been drinking though. If they're see, as I said, this boils back to the whole use and abuse argument.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what else I'd love to do if they ever legalise? Set up a cave, like a man cave, like a Cali cave, or
Oh yeah, the way you have the kush.
Yeah, it's like it'd be a weed shop, but you can if you have a membership, you can come in.
There's
a few of them in Spain. If you have a membership,
I remember them.
You can come in and I'd have a PlayStation, pool table,
stay PlayStation and all.
Yeah,
love it.
But just no drinking allowed.
No alcohol. Well, the thing is though, we shouldn't mix anyway.
Yeah,
that's just wrong.
I think they should legalise. I think it's about time.
Yeah,
it's not the 70s or 80s anymore.
Exactly, like legalise it, but regulate it, like the way you would alcohol or cigarettes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? 100%.
But will they? Probably not.
Of course not.
But they'd make a lot of money off if they did.
It's that backwards cunts, that's why.
Yeah.
But it is the first time in the history of the state that an illicit drugs offence can be dealt with outside the conventional criminal justice system using a prosecution-based process. The adult caution scheme is intended to remove the threat of a criminal record for those people who commit relatively minor offences, especially first-time offenders. Garda headquarters, Phoenix Park, Dublin, said on Wednesday that possession for cannabis for personal use had been added to the adult caution scheme 2 days ago. As I said, this was put up on the 16th, so that would have been the 14th of December. The other offences added to the list following agreement with the Director of Public Prosecutions include breaching the control of access to certain events, provisions in the Criminal Justice Public Order Act, whatever that is. This arises when Garda erect crowd control barriers to create a cordon around major public events, including sports events and music concerts and festivals. Breaching that cordon without being admitted by Garda is a public order offence, but can now be dealt with using an adult caution rather than a prosecution. Alright, yeah, I know what you mean. You know, there's like the Dublin City Marathon or stuff like that going on.
Sure, most of the police would just take whatever, like if it's not like a fucking kilogram of weed.
Yeah.
But if it's a small amount of personal use, most of them just take it off it. Probably keep it for themselves.
Well, come here, listen. As I said before, there was a video going around the guard out leaning coke hanging out his nose.
I was saying that.
Remember
Yeah.
that one? You know what I mean?
But see, there you
Ridiculous.
go. There's a lot of police that are on the hard drugs, or they're even taking like Xanax and
Yeah.
Valium.
Not painting them all with the same brush here, by the way. Just thought I'd put that out there. But like anything else, there's good and bad in this world.
But the majority of them are taking stuff
No,
like
yeah,
that.
100%,
And the
yeah,
same with people in the army. They're in a
Yeah.
similar situation
But
because it's what they see.
But you know what to do with the army? Actually, yeah, thanks very much. You're out there, bleeding. Remind me of something there. That's the thing with the army, right? You notice the majority of soldiers, after seeing what they see, you know, on when they go on tours and stuff, when they come back, a lot of them end up on the drink.
Yeah, because it's their way of coping.
It's their
They're back
coping
to
mechanism.
normality.
But I believe if they legalised that and allowed cannabis consumption with soldiers or
Yeah.
Garda, police, you know, you would see a lower reduction in alcoholic rates.
You probably
Like
would,
alcoholism, I should say.
because you can substitute it.
You could substitute it. I mean, the worst thing you're gonna happen is you're gonna fall asleep, you're gonna wake up, you're gonna raid the fridge.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing that's gonna happen to you. And you're not gonna have an alcohol problem because it's not addictive.
I'd love to know what the rate of crime is in Amsterdam.
Well, let's not get it twisted. There is a criminal element in Amsterdam.
Oh, of course there is, but I mean,
I mean?
I wonder what it's like
But it's mostly organised crime.
before, with, and after. Because Amsterdam,
Yeah.
was it always legalised? Well, from as far as I know, it was.
From what I know of, yeah.
But I wonder, like years ago, I'm sure.
Because I remember years ago watching, I think it was Cheech and Chong, but it was Still Smoking, it was called. But they went to Amsterdam. This is back, what, maybe late 70s, early 80s, whatever it was. I think it was early 80s, sorry. But you know what I mean? That's weed, marijuana has been there for donkey's years as far
But
as I'm
they
aware.
sell mushrooms and
And shrooms, and they sell those, what they call that, the herbal ecstasy and
yeah.
that type of thing, you know.
It's like
Remember like the head shops over here? Yeah.
They were selling snowblow and fucking.
Yeah, but no, they don't sell that over there.
You know what? You know, addicts can get hit off snowblow.
Yeah, that's why they stopped selling that.
Yeah,
They don't even sell that in Amsterdam now because of that.
That's
You know
crazy,
that, don't you?
isn't it?
Because what happened was the government over there twigged onto it, right? Well, to get rid of that.
But you wonder what else is in it for them to be able to get
Exactly,
a hit.
yeah. But I'd say that was something that was under the radar. And then it was only when they seen the effects it was having on people to hear what's the story.
It was sending people crazy.
But that's, remember the stories in America, fucking people going mentally running head first into buses and cars and all.
They were like zombies.
Like something out fucking 28 days later.
Disgusting.
Running into shit.
I'd hate to see anyone look at any of my kids or anything touch on like that.
Yeah, I'd be mad.
Now I know everyone's gonna try something at one stage. That's understandable, but
People experiment and stuff like that.
yeah,
you know what I mean?
everyone experiments on
Of
things.
course, it is
but,
what it is.
Like, that's really addictive.
Yeah, but
And
it's
once
just
you-
whatever's in it, you know.
Once you start to go down that road, it's very slippery slope.
Very, very slippery slope.
And I feel sorry for the families who are in that situation, because there's a lot of families in that situation, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
Because, and I know I'm guilty of using the word junkie myself, and I don't mean it's just like a habit. I actually don't mean it.
Yeah, I think, like, you know, because the whole PC brigade and stuff like that, I think the proper term is addict. But
Yeah.
I mean,
I know it is.
you know, I know we shouldn't use it, but you know, you kind of say it and kind of go, oh, you shouldn't have said that.
Like, because at the end of the day, that's someone's daughter or son.
Someone's son, someone's daughter, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you shouldn't really use that
And I'd
word.
say it's already after destroying that family. Like, when you think about it,
Yeah.
but I'm sure more than, no, I'm not painting them all with the same brush, but more
No,
than likely
no.
they've robbed on the family to get their next
Yeah.
fix, and that's the sad part.
That is the sad part.
And like they're robbing their own family to get their next fix, and that's horrible. But at the same time, they're not in their right frame of mind, because would they really rob on their own if they weren't thinking about it? Just shows you how much heroin and the coke, what it can do to a family.
Like, it has like a devastating effect, because you know coke, you know, when it's like, that's what crack is. It's called crack cocaine, like, you know what I mean? It's when the certain chemicals. Obviously, I'm not yeah, man.
You're the
I'm not an
guru
expert.
of cocaine now.
I'm not the guru of cocaine. I'm a wrestling guru, right? So let's not get twisted. But yeah, fucking. Obviously, I'm not an expert in that thing, but what I do know, obviously, certain extra chemicals are added into it, and that's what makes crack.
Yeah.
Which is another epidemic happening around here as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, isn't there?
Just it's But come here, do you know what annoys me? It's how brazen it is now.
Do you ever notice how young some addicts look?
Yeah.
Because it's something in the heroin that makes them look young. No, I'm serious. And why do you look? Now I don't know how true this is. This is what I heard. I heard the why they always have like sugar and stuff because it keeps them on the buzz, and they won't wash themselves because that takes them off that buzz.
Yeah, sure. When I used to do when I was doing retail security in town, I used to love when it piss rain.
Because they wouldn't be out.
Nope, takes them off the high.
Isn't it mad?
When it would piss out of heavens, I welcomed it because then you don't have to deal with it.
I know.
You don't have to deal with it.
It's not just dealing with it. You just don't know what they're gonna pull out on you next.
But yeah, it's just like obviously not all of them are bad, but at the same time, there is some that are just out and out. I'm sorry for lack of a better word, scum.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's not them, it's the drugs.
No, that's the sad
It's not
part.
them. It's not them. It's not them. That's the thing. But I've heard now. Lucky enough, I did a retail security for 10 years, and I was lucky enough, and probably one of the rare few who came out of that unscathed. But there's people who I did work with who didn't. I mean, there's a fella now that's HIV now.
Yes.
Because he got stuck with a needle, like, you know what I mean?
There you go.
He got stuck with a needle, you know. So a dirty needle.
And that's
Yeah.
And do you agree with the clinics with the where they can go and shoot up and stuff?
No.
Way they're trying to bring that in, but would it not make the street safer? Would you see less drug needles in playgrounds?
But that's the thing, you know what I mean? They say that it might be a good idea in theory or on paper, but in practice, would it be?
What about a trial run? They could do it with a
yeah, of course,
trial run.
they could do a trial run. They could do a trial
see
run.
how it is, because like I wouldn't be one to push for that, but at the same time, when you take into consideration how many kids stand on needles, how many kids pick up needles, that's high.
It is high.
You know, like, so if it was put in a controlled area where they're given needles, that needles is disposed in a sharps bin, thrown away. There'd be less
bin,
people
whatever,
being stabbed in security with HIV because they won't have needles, unless they're banging up out on the street.
Yeah.
And more than likely, you probably will still do that.
I'm gonna tell a story. Obviously, I'm not gonna name the store. I'm not gonna name the people involved, but I witnessed this. When I did retail security, there was this thing called a code 10. Remember I explained what code 10 is? So basically, it's a call for assistance. All local security, help. Basically, it's kicking off. Shit's about to go down. Shit's about to get fucking real. And code 10. So we all ran to the store. I was across the road from where I was working at the time, and I got there, and it was like a murder scene.
Oh well.
Blood everywhere. The floor was white tiles. They weren't white anymore.
Blood.
I seen the blood. I literally seen the blood. I seen the fella that was in the corner, blood gushing out of him. Right, he was an addict. I seen the blood. I seen how it was, and I was like, I'm not going near there.
Yeah.
5 of us went over. Remember I was telling you about the one fella who got the HIV? It was one fella. He was one of the fellas. Because he went over. But I kind of took a step back and went, no.
Yeah, just in case.
But I'm sorry, but I just seen that amount of blood. I was like, I'm not going over there.
But you have to be like that. Especially with HIV.
It was self-preservation. I know people can say, oh, you bottled and blah, blah, blah. No, I'm sorry, it's called self-preservation. I have a family to go home to.
You're only a number in a job as well.
No, you're only a number in a job. Are they gonna, if I get HIV, are they gonna pay me for the rest of my days? Of course not.
Like that's tough. Like
That's why it is tough, and plus especially some absolute cowboys, security companies in that game. You know what I mean? You're just a number.
Yeah,
that's why I never. That's why I never did any favours for them.
They don't give a shit about you.
You're a number at the end of the day.
Once you're in work, and that's it.
They couldn't give a gay whether you're, you know what I mean? They fucking I can't even. It's very annoying. You know what I mean? It's very frustrating.
Security guards should be given pepper spray.
100%.
I do believe that because they put up a way too much crap for the little amount of money.
Yeah.
Not that they're on little amount of money, but you know what I mean. They could be paid better.
Now, not painting all security guards with the same brush, because on the flip side of that, I have worked with some absolute fucking goons who are fucking power mad, power trip. Like, I've seen lads grab people and just be unnecessarily heavy-handed to the point where I seen a fella with his knee on another fella's neck.
That's gonna.
I literally tried to tell him, man, you're killing him. His face went blue. Like it could have been another George Floyd.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But this was years ago. This is about 2006.
So obviously it's different. It was different then.
2005, 2006. It was up on Grafton Street. I'm not going to say where, but it was up on Grafton Street.
You wouldn't get away with that now, though.
No. Well, as I said, different time, but just as well, because that was kind of the early stage of camera phones. So, but I mean, nowadays with camera phones.
Sure, with camera phones, back then, your face would have been blurred out by mistake.
Blurred out by mistake because the quality was absolutely shit. But nowadays, like people were going around with nearly HD cameras in their
That's why
pockets.
The police's job is getting harder.
Yeah.
It's because they're not getting away with what they used to get away with.
No.
So they won't even wear it. I think some of them might have them now. I don't know if they was talking of being introduced. Them little cams now, like the security guards are wearing.
Oh, but I thought the police had something like that already.
Yeah, no, I don't think that. I think that they're being brought in.
Now I know for the security, I know because a fellow I know who's a security guard, he had the camera in the front of him.
Yeah.
But he has to tell the person, just make you aware you're being recorded, and then pull it down. They have to make them aware. It's legal. For legal reasons, you have to say, "Listen, I'm recording you."
But if you're in a public place, you're not just allowed to record.
No, you have to make them aware. That's if they're confronting you and basically they can turn around and say, "Oh, well, he attacked me first." I goes, "Well, here, proofs in the camera." So who attacked you? Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Yeah, but you have to make them aware that listen, just make you aware you're being recorded.
I thought because it was in a public place.
I don't think that works everywhere. I'm not sure of the because I'm out of security game 10 years now, but as I said, this is just from what I've been told by security guards who are working there currently, and obviously since I left security, a lot has changed in 10 years.
I'd say
a lot has changed, and plus I was actually in town earlier, and all I have to say is I made the right decision leaving security, especially now with this pandemic and with people wearing masks and stuff. It makes the job even harder again. And more thankless and more soldiers dying.
But you look at some security guards and you know they're not happy.
No, I wasn't happy. I hate my life. Darren.
It was
You know
just.
what I mean? You knew that.
It was just doing it because it's you need the money really.
Yeah, but see as well. Sometimes that's all they have.
Yeah.
But know that if you really put your mind to it, you can live and you can do better for yourself. Even if it's a case of going back to school, going back to college, adult education, whatever. There's a way out. Don't be stuck in a rut.
No, there's no point doing something
No,
you hate.
don't.
Because it'll only affect you, and then it'll end up affecting your family. Or so just security is a tough game.
Like, listen to this? Did you know, right? I had someone when I finished up wrestling, right? I put up a post on my Facebook wherever about finishing up wrestling, and a fella who used to work with goes, "Oh, so you come back to security then?" Really, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't even reply to him. I didn't even dignify him with an answer. I was like, "You clown."
You left security for a reason.
Yeah.
Look, why would you
You
go
clown.
back?
Oh, so you come back to security then? Well,
Why would you go back to security? It's a soul destroying job.
I'm sorry, I'm not ready to be that fucking miserable. You know what I mean?
Unless you're in a job where you know you're guaranteed to work your way up.
Yeah,
It's
like
kinda
the company
different.
ladder, exactly.
Like a friend of yours who worked his way up.
Exactly.
You know, like he
Yeah.
knew he had his he knew that was that's what he wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
So he knew that's what he was gonna do.
Yeah.
So he worked his way up the ladder, and that's different.
That's
because
different.
obviously he's good at his job.
There was room for improvement there.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. That is security, but that's security management.
It's different. Yeah, no.
It's that's next level. Like, you know what I mean? He can walk into any job now, any other job.
You're
like,
not
you know
just
what I mean?
kind of stuck in the one.
You're
shop
not just
or-
you're not just a basic SO like security officer. You know what I mean? You're a security manager. Like, you know what I mean? With years, I'm talking years of experience. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And demand top money as well. So.
And it's like at least he knows that like he's on a good wage. He can walk into another management like a
security management position.
management
Exactly.
position.
Yeah.
So there's always room for improvement there.
Yeah.
But like you that wasn't happening for you, so you were just like
No, but see, do you know
not
what
that you would have wanted it anyway, but
no, but see that was never my end game.
yeah, I know.
That was never my end game.
But that's what I mean. Like
You know what I
it
mean?
wasn't for you.
No, well, exactly, that wasn't for me. because that last year before I eventually went fuck this, and it was literally like a fuck this moment. Like I walked out of the job, it was great. It was like a sense of kind of like a weight lifted off my shoulders and a sense of freedom.
I'd say so.
Because that year, right, was just a fucking nightmare. Like it was like basically I was being pushed out. Because it was around 2009, 2010, and it was around time when the recession hit bad, and there was hours being cut, and just the company, the management, supervisors were being absolute dickheads.
They probably wanted you gone as well.
Yeah, they did, and it was because of who I was associated with previously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all that was, because they had their name for that person, like, you know what I mean?
So a take her out on you, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, tried it.
But they tried, they went, yeah, fuck this. This is enough.
But everything happens for a reason.
Oh, yeah.
If they weren't like that, would you have left? Probably not, because it's handy money.
Yeah, and it was handy money, but at the same time, like, I was miserable, and I was just barely keeping my head above water.
Yeah.
Money wise, so it wasn't worth it anymore. It wasn't worth it.
I don't think that type of job is worth it unless you have the opportunity to move up.
Like,
that's
the only way that job is bearable, if you're up there making your way up, climbing that company ladder, like, you know, that bloke we know, like, you know what I mean? So, I mean, if you're gonna be just, you know, trying to be what I call one of the lads, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because there's some, don't get it twisted, there's lads who I'm still in contact with, you know, from the security game, who I consider friends, but there's some who I was glad to see the fucking back of.
Yeah, I'd say.
Let me tell you.
I'd say, but there's a lot of bitching goes on in security as well, because I've done it for about 3 months myself.
The majority of them are the biggest bunch of L-ones going.
Yeah,
they're like fucking like women in the parlour, in the Diddy parlour, like, you know what I mean? Fucking talking about the gossip and all. You know what I mean?
That's because they have nothing better to be doing with themselves.
Scratching that fucking balls. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we move on there. We will, because we're fucking just kicking a dead horse. So just to move on there, a video I came across on, I was going to say Facebook there, YouTube. Conor Benn doing MMA training with Darren Till. It was on Conor Benn's YouTube channel, and I found that very intriguing. Very intriguing, and I'll tell you why. Because Conor had this thing in his head. Obviously, he was like, you know, he's skilled with his hands and stuff, but he was like, you know, oh, if somebody shoots in, I can just, you know, step back and throw an uppercut. Darren Till grabbed him, lifted him up, and cradled him like he was a baby.
Yeah.
Brought him down. He goes, I thought it would have lasted for about a minute. And he goes, 10 seconds. He nearly dumped him on his head, but obviously he didn't really. Yeah. Because it was only like a training scenario rather than a fight scenario. But yeah, I'll just read the description out of this there as well, just real quick. This is from Conor Benn's official YouTube channel. Some of you might have seen a snippet of Darren Till giving me a grappling lesson online. Well, here's the full thing. I travelled up to Liverpool to go and train with the gorilla. This is something I've been intrigued by for a while, and had some good fun doing it for the first time. There's a lot to learn, and I doubt I'll ever turn over, but it was good fun to give it a go. It's interesting to see how their schedule differs to a boxer's schedule, and how the fitness is different. We talk about crossing over sports and the difference between the sports. I'd like to say a big thanks to everyone at Team Cabon. All the guys there looked after me and my team and made us feel at home. Yeah, you could tell there was nothing but mutual respect there between the two, but it was quite adamant that Conor felt a bit out of his element.
Oh yeah, of course. It's a different kettle of fish.
Different fitness, different kettle of fish.
And that's what boxers think, that they'll just step back and hit them out.
No, sorry,
that's not that easy.
No. There's a difference, because like his stance is only tailor made for stand up.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. Then they had another little go around and Conor lasted a little bit longer, but that was because he was expecting it.
Yeah.
But he still didn't last as long as he thought would have.
But if he works solid for a year or 2 years on his ground game, I'd say he's young enough to go and give it a bash.
Till turned around and said to him, because he has a natural athleticism.
Yeah.
He has natural athleticism, you know what I mean? It's genetic, Nigel, prime example. Yeah. You know yourself. And I just as a little side note from that, I think we even spoke about this before. If Nigel hadn't have been out partying, he would have been way better.
And he was a serious smoker as well.
He was a serious smoker, he was. And you seen how fit he was, like, you know what I mean? But that's because he trained like a beast, though. That's why. But I mean, the term you can't out-train a bad diet type of thing or whatever, you know.
But for someone who partied a lot,
He still, oh no, don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
He still did great for himself, but just I think he was just operating at about 75% or not 100%.
yeah, but had it been 100, it would have been different.
I think he probably would have been Collins and Eubank. I think.
Collins.
Mm.
It's
Collins
arguable.
took his best punch, but he only took his best punch because that was Ben's best punch at the time. Don't get it twisted. I'm obviously gonna be back Steve Collins because you know he's a compatriot of ours. You know what I mean? But the fact remains, if he had have fought Ben, full
Yeah.
proper training camps, looking after his health and fitness. I know it's back in the 90s, and what people know about health and fitness and nutrition is a way more different than back then. But you know, we can always think what if. But just back to Conor Benn, Darren Till was saying, like to the cameraman
Yeah.
on the video, just saying, if he came in, I'm not talking about just doing private class. If he came in and trained with us, like he was saying, I can't explain. I have to show you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? By like lead by example, show you examples. Like, you know what I mean? This is how you do this. Put your foot there, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? He kept catching him with it was like a heel hook.
Yeah. It's,
Kept catching him with a heel hook,
it's Darren Till. Like,
leaving his leg exposed and stuff. You know,
He's doing that. Jesus, he's doing it since a kid, isn't he?
he's
Like,
doing it since he was a kid. Like, you know what I mean? It's what he knows. I think he started at Muay Thai kickboxing,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
he was very
but-
good at Muay
Yeah,
Thai.
he was. Yeah, he went to Brazil.
Yeah, he had to. He was stabbed or something.
He stabbed in a nightclub. But was that other thing? James English.
Yeah, did you watch it?
I didn't watch all of it. I watched the majority of it now.
It's very interesting. You should have a look at it because he
I know. Like, I'll watch the
he
rest of it.
talks about that time in Spain when he was arrested and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that
You've
part.
seen that
Yeah,
part?
yeah. But that wasn't him that drove that taxi though.
No,
that was
no,
one
no.
of his mates.
But he was a name,
That's all. He was
That's-
pinpointed.
and that's what happens when you're a name.
Yeah.
You're gonna be pinpointed.
You're gonna be pinpointed for that shit. But yeah, no, just Conor Benn. You were just saying about Conor Benn. If he devoted 6 months to a year training,
Yeah.
that he could do mixed martial arts. He has the raw ability, the athleticism.
I wonder, will he ever?
No,
give it a match?
he said it that in the description that you know he
doubt.
doubted very much. Because why should he? Like, you know what I mean?
He'll be the champion in 2021.
Yeah.
2021, I think he's gonna be the champion.
Oh, Conor Benn.
Yeah.
Formella was that German fella's name. He fought in his
Is that
last
who-
fight.
yeah.
Formella there. Because remember, I couldn't think of his name. Yeah, that's what it was. I couldn't think of his name that time. I drew a blank. And because that's, remember you were saying to me, I think we spoke
Yeah.
on the last episode, we were like oh no, your man's handy and all. And
Oh,
Conor
but-
made him look like nothing.
I think he was unbeaten.
Was he supposed to be
I
unbeaten?
think, but I could be wrong. I'm sure he might have been. But
Like-
Conor made him look like a.
He made him. I don't want to say
amateur.
look like it. Well, I
That-
didn't
that's-
want
that-
to.
he
I didn't want to
did.
disgrace him by saying, "Oh, he looked like an amateur," but. he
But
did.
it was just shows you how well he trained. Like it's not. That's not. There's no shame in. We're not slating him.
No.
It's how good. Well, we're like how good Conor Benn is.
The levels.
Yeah, and there is levels to the
The
game.
levels to the game, and because of Conor's higher level, he made your man look like an amateur. Not
Yeah.
saying he is an
No,
amateur.
yeah, it's not that he is.
Yeah, exactly.
He done okay.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
Conor Benn just outclassed him.
You just clearly
And
outclassed him.
he's gonna do that to a lot of his opponents, and I can't wait to see him fight Josh Kelly
He's
because Josh Kelly is unbelievable.
yeah.
His movement is out of this world. There's no one out there like him. at
Quick
the minute.
question for you now. I don't know much about Josh Kelly at all, but would he be a pressure fighter?
No, he's counter.
Right, so that might go against Ben because Ben was putting the pressure on Formella
But
there.
you
know
have
what I
to
mean?
watch a few of his clips on YouTube because
Right.
it's how, like, you think Adesanya is good at catching people.
Yeah.
He's just the whole movement in him is unbelievable.
It's just different
I
movement.
think he might have got a. Did he win the Olympics or he got a bronze in the Olympics? I
Fought in the
can't-
Olympics
Yeah,
anyway, yeah.
he is. Yeah, he's unbelievable. You have
Josh
a
Kelly, I
look
know
at
that
him.
name, Josh Kelly.
You probably would know him.
I know that name.
Not Adam Boot. Is that his name? Adam Boot, who used to train David Hay,
Oh shit,
the baldy lad.
I don't know.
Is Adam Boot the Sky Sports pundit?
I think he is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
the
is,
black
isn't
fella, the black haired fella.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think,
he's the pundit there, Adam Built. Adam Built there.
Yeah, mate. No, I'm yours. No.
Every man looked like a poor man's big balls.
Oh yeah, it was
Terry was his name. Terry was it not?
Terry Jones.
Terry Jones.
Terry Jones, baby. Yeah, that's,
Those guys.
Terry Jones. He was the featherweight champion.
Oh,
And
after that, I actually looked him up. Fuck me, he was
And
he was good.
he had to pull out. He got his belt was taken away from him because he had some sort of something on his brain. I think it was a
blade
blade.
on the
I think
brain.
an abnormal something.
There was an abnormality in the brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but he looked decent.
But that's what I'm saying. Like after the fact, obviously, I looked up some of his stuff on YouTube and I was like, Jesus Christ.
One side of his face.
He'll get around when you would.
Yeah,
Little baldy head them.
yeah, he's all small and all, but here. He
Don't let the size fool you though.
He could box, like, you know.
He could, back in his day, he could box.
Well, isn't it horrible to think that he was a great boxer, but he had to hang up his gloves early?
But see, that's the thing, you know what I mean? Whether you're a boxer or MMA fighter, and even in some cases, you know, professional wrestlers as well. Yeah, fair enough in pro wrestling, it's not a competition, but injuries are injuries. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I mean, take me for example.
Look,
me back, like, you know what I mean?
Jumping off the top rope and stuff, that's not fake.
Can't fake gravity.
That's, yeah, look, you know,
Can't fake gravity.
Yeah, the punches and stuff mightn't be real, but like
That's some of the strikes.
Yeah, like the chops are real.
Yeah.
Being thrown around the ring, that's not fake. You can't fake that.
I mean, you have to learn to fall, but you're only learning to fall to stop permanently damaging yourself. But all it takes is one wrong move
and
to
you're
fall
screwed.
wrong, and you're fucked. And I'm an example of that. But we'll leave that there, will we?
Yeah, that's the last one for the.
Actually, just want to point out as well, this is our last podcast of 2020. The next episode 14, will be in January 2021.
Yep.
And I also like to announce as well that we are now officially on Podbean as of I think it was 2 days ago. So we're going to leave yous, we're going to love yous, we're going to say good night, God bless.
God is love, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.
At the Smell Me Helmet podcast on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Peace.